Yes, that is it. It is Fantasy Sanctuary DraftKings Best Ball Show, your home of best ball in Europe. And we ain't going to mess around. 5 drafts to do at once tonight. DraftKings have just dropped us a new $3 200K total prize fund 20 max tournament. New one of these will be coming soon because they want to keep that other one filling. So let's get into it. We're going to just slightly offset these. But first off, let's jump in. That one, the Millie Maker, and then the older $3.20 max. So let's get those going. If you're here in the chat tonight, I'm going to need your help occasionally. If you see me on the clock, shout out. It's going to be a bit chaotic. It's going to be a bit crazy, but we can make it if we all band together and if you don't just try and take my money. Next up after these is the 3 Max 9, and then we'll also do another of the old 3 and one of the brand new 3s. So lots to be drafting. If you haven't already, do check out the DraftKings Secrets of video that I posted not too long ago now. A lot of good stuff in there. Picking in the 4 spot in this Millie Maker one. I don't recognize any of the names in the chat, but do let me know if you're here. Shout out Rory, best night of the year. Rich, this is my favorite stream every year. Hannah, is this going to be like driving past a car crash? You don't want to look, but can't seem to stop yourself. I mean, let's go. So what have we got in the next one? We are drafting from the 5 spot again. So a couple that are kind of a little nearer. Recognize a couple of ones in this one. Let's move things along and jump in the 9, which can take a little bit slower. If that'll be my 3rd bullet there. And then let's throw the $3 in the older one and get the last one. Draft number 5 into the newer one. So if you've been waiting for those cheaper ones, you can get there now. I gotta say, when I draft these ones, like when I multi-draft, one of the biggest advantages for me is using the Spike Week overlay. It's incredibly helpful for doing these multi-drafts. It makes things like correlations and stacks work a little bit easier, but also I'm in using my rankings as well. So we've got Josh, who's made it into one of the 3s. Rory, who's in for the 9, which is still waiting to fill. What have we got? We're still 28 seconds away from the first one starting, so we are going to have a little bit of a wait. Anybody else? Jump in while you still can. The slowest one to fill looks like this new $3 one. Kind of climbing up to 9 now. A couple of names recognizing there. So, yeah, this should be a lot of fun. Last year, one of the teams drafted on this stream when we did 5 at once. James also in the 9. Ended up being one of my better teams. Made it all the way to week 16 and actually looked really good. Who's to say whether the decisions I made were actually better than the ones I put thought into? So here at the 4 spot, what have we got? We've got McCaffrey, Lamb, nothing too crazy. It's going to be Jamar Chase. And then let's move on to the next one. We've got that draft kicking off. So this is the $3.20 max. We're picking from the 5 slot there. Just check in on these other ones. This play action one is a little bit slow. 2 picks away. A couple of names in there we recognize as well. That's it. Nothing like a good bit of sledging in the chat. We're truly here for all of that. So we're 1 pick away. CD Lamb makes it to the 3. I haven't seen that happen in a little while. I don't want to build the same team again and again here, but with Amon Ra already gone, Tyreek Hill gone, let's take Jamar Chase. So we're 11 picks away, 14 picks away. The $9, this one could be slow to fill. Let's just chuck the link out on Twitter, see if we can get this filled. Oh, on the clock. Oh, 101. That one's for Rory. I know he loves it when I get the 101. See if we can get this $9 one full and cooking. Where we at? We're 10 picks away, 11 picks away. Button hook slowly filling. Still 4 spots if you want to jump in that one. So I'm sitting at 11% CeeDee Lamb, and 8% Christian McCaffrey. Those are the second numbers for my total exposures. The first numbers are within this slate. And a 20 max, I'm not really too bothered about that, but I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb here. I really want more CeeDee Lamb DAX stacks than I have at the minute. Oh, influence! 2 101s, double picks on returns are going to make my life a little bit easier. It's, hey, DK took it a little easy on me. Lewis saying, I'm stressed I'm not even drafting. Lewis, we've barely even begun. Like, just take a Xanax, drink a herbal tea, get comfy. It's going to be fun. So we're sitting at 9 or 12 in the $9. Want to get that moving quickly, or might have to jump into something else. This is disgraceful. I said 5 drafts at once, not 4 drafts at once. So coming back around on the first one, this is the Millie Maker. Drake London slipping at the 205. Never happens for me. Devontae Adams going at the 201 is a bit higher than I would have been willing to take him. Otherwise, pretty usual stuff. We are seeing the running backs start to creep up. I know Adam Levitan talked this week that he thinks that according to their value reports that the running backs are starting to move and the wide receivers are starting to fall. Take CeeDee Lamb 101 in that one, and in that one, still got 45 seconds to get it going. 1 pick away over here from making our second pick. Again, a pretty usual draft room. Nasty Pasty sitting there at the 11. I'm sure I've seen you in at least one more of these drafts tonight. Where are we at? On the clock. No. Oh, come on, DraftKings. Got to sort that. You are. So, yeah, Jamar Chase started it off. Let's take Deebo Samuel sitting at only 14% overall, which isn't enough for the Niners' true wide receiver one. If you see any news or any bits like that breaks whilst we're live tonight, normally I've got an eye on that sort of stuff, but I'm going to need you to keep an eye out for me tonight, chat. Where are we at? 3, 2, 1, and then we'll be on the clock in 4 of these 5. CeeDee Lamb it is. So back over here, we've got Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle already. Nothing really stands out for correlation. I'm quite happy to lean into the wide receivers here. I don't want to build everything 0 RB at the minute. I think if you watch the video that I put out on the Secrets of DraftKings, it kind of showed that ignoring running backs isn't always the way forward. So I'm trying to be more flexible in my approach to that now. Sitting at 14% CeeDee Lamb ownership. I would, but I've already maxed it out. But Rich, there's a new $3 one. Get yourself in there. I mean, you know, if this $9 doesn't fill soon, then I'm going to have to jump in another $3 and maybe push us all the way to 6 drafts. Let's take Sam Laporta for a bit of week 17 correlation with Deebo Samuel on that one. How is my internet, everyone? It's kind of looking a little bit patchy for me. Do let me know if it's rubbish. I'll try and do something. Okay, we're finally getting there on the $9. Sitting at 11 or 12. The people want more. Let's go to 6. We can handle 6. Lewis, is that okay with you? You okay? I don't want to upset you if you're going to be upset about this, but we're jumping in another $3 one. So that's 6 going now. I am going to have to change the thumbnail. I hope you appreciate that, people. We're at 10 picks away, 11 picks away, 7 picks away, 8 picks away. Scoot you down there, $9. Scoot to $3. Right. Come on. This is the problem with DraftKings. We're finally full on the $9. The $3. Let's go. 1 pick away here. We've got CeeDee Lamb on this team already. This is another one of those teams out the turn. The running backs I like are all gone. So this is going to be another case of probably double tapping wide receiver. Not sure why Chris Olave's fallen all the way to back end of round 2. But if he makes it, that'll be a smash. I'll also be more than happy to take one of Jalen Waddle. Of course, he doesn't. So we'll take Jalen Waddle, and then Devonta Smith for a bit of week 17 correlation. Coming up on this team over here, Jamar Chase team sitting on the clock. We've got CeeDee Lamb again at the turn. Chris Olave falling. I'm guessing this must be in relation to the bump he picked up at training camp with the shoulder injury. Over here on this one, we are picking at the 10 spot. Over here in this one, we are picking at the 11 spot. So we're starting to space them out. I see you guys. Rory, James, Nasty Pasty, ADS, 827. Plenty of familiar names in that one. Go easy on me. Rory saying next year do 7. I think we'll probably have to go to double-digit figures at this point. I mean, you know, the people want it. So this team so far is CeeDee Lamb. Devonta Smith is the week 17 correlation. I really, really like Devonta Smith. Whatever number I end up on Devonta Smith this year, I will be happy pushing it even further. 15% feels completely fine. So we'll take him and we'll push Chris Olave into the 3rd round just so that we can say that we had a 3rd round share of Chris Olave. Back over on this team, this is Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Deebo Samuel. Team out of the 7 spot goes Bijan Nico with Lamar Jackson bring back. I'm guessing they're going to hope for Mark Andrews to make it around, which is fine by me because today we're not prioritizing that, but we will take. Let's take Zay Flowers. Moving on, we're on the clock here in a moment. We've got Jamar Chase, Deebo Samuel, Sam Laporta. Plenty to like on this team. Right around ADP for Lamar, for Tank Dell, for Mark Andrews in my rankings. Trey McBride a little bit further down. Josh Jacobs, somebody I've ping-ponged back and forth on a lot this offseason, but currently I'm quite content. I'm at 6%, and I'm not going to keep pushing it further. How close to the turn are we? Can we push? Nah, we're probably not getting Mark Andrews back around. So let's take Trey McBride, do things that way. Next up, with 3 picks, 2 picks away on the Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Deebo Samuel, and Zay Flowers team. If Mark Andrews makes it back to us, that'll be the pick there. Going to have to start putting some starred players in. Very wary of the Davis Mattek star method when it comes to live streams. But tonight we just need to get some players that we like at some points. Mark Andrews does make it back right about his ADP, but I mean, we're not turning that down. So that first team, that's the Millie Maker team. Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Deebo Samuel, Zay Flowers, and Mark Andrews. Sorry to Ian Patagonia, who has Lamar Jackson and now has him only with some week 17 correlation. 1 pick away from a 1st round pick over here. This is the new. Oh no, this is the $9 one. Which who've we got? We've got a bunch of people in that one. And it will be Puka Nacua. I'll take Puka Nacua at the 11th spot all day long. Currently 13, 3, 8, 8, and 9 picks away from our next shots. Oh, that's it. Stretch, limber up. Enjoy the peace and quiet for a moment. We got time. So I don't think I've ever seen Garrett Wilson fall to the 14 spot, but all 3 of those wide receivers are fine with me. Jump back over here to our Jamar Chase, Deebo Samuel, Sam Laporta, Trey McBride team. There's the first mistake of the night. Did not see that I was going double elite tight end, but that's okay. 2 elite tight ends. What's the worst that could happen? We're going to pair that with Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin. Let's go Terry McLaurin. I've been warming on Terry McLaurin at times. I know Terry McLaurin is Terry McLaurin, but I quite like him. I think that Jaden Daniels could be very good for him. Ben Gretsch spoke on the series of podcasts he's been doing with Mike Leone about how if they end up doing a lot of RPO reads, then the first read player can quite often be really valuable. And that's definitely something I'd like to buy into. No beer on the go tonight, Tom. Feels like a good night for a pint. It really does, but poor planning on my point, and pretty much ever since the UK FFC, I haven't been drinking very much at all. So, yeah, lesson learned. Ease back, get to the weekend, and then I'll drink. So this team, CeeDee Lamb, Devonta Smith, Chris Olave, we're on at the turn, and 3 wide receivers. Let's take Lamar falling past ADP, stacking with Mark Andrews. There will be plenty of bias in my picks tonight because if you can't can't relate, just fall back on what you know and what you're sure of. Then what else can you do when you're drafting 6 teams at once? Back on the clock here. Again, a 3 wide receiver start. I'm going to take Rachaad White. I don't take much Rachaad White, and I think that could possibly be a slight oversight. I know when we had Coach Speak Index on the chat, Greg, who runs that account, was very high on Rachaad White this year, believes that Bucky Irving is just too small to really make a big difference in a Todd Bowles offense in year 1. And I'm okay leaning into that. I think Greg's a smart guy. He knows what he's talking about. So let's go with that. So this team, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Joe Mixon, 13 spots past ADP. Yes, he's still not practicing. Yes, I don't want to draft huge amounts of players who are injured during camp, but he gives me week 15 and 17 correlation. And, I mean, he's probably going to get an awful lot of touches. So, yeah. How's everyone else's drafts who are in one of these many rooms with me? Do shout if you feel like you're having a particularly good draft. Let's see in this first one. I see the team on the 8th spot. Definitely recognize that name. So let's move over to this one. This is one of the $3 tournaments. So we have Jamar Chase, Deebo Samuel, Sam Laporta, Trey McBride, Terry McLaurin, all by design. I will not be taking a third tight end here, although that could have been quite funny. So we've got Keenan Allen at the top of ADP, falling 10 spots. Is this because DJ Moore signed a new contract? If you're going to give me a dip on Keenan Allen, my God. Let's go James Conner. Quite happy to take him over Aaron Jones at the minute. Where are we next at? 3 picks away over here. 2 picks away over here. That's Zay Flowers. We're going to need to start thinking about stacks soon. So let's go. Can we push? No, we can't push Joe Burrow there. So let's take Joe Burrow. 1 pick away on this next team. Oh, are you confused, Sam? I feel really sorry for you. Right. Puka Nacua, Drake London. Well, we've got cooking. Puka Nacua, Drake London. I'll take DK Metcalf. This is probably the first year I've really been in on DK Metcalf at cost. I think that the Ryan Grubb offense could be great for him. I think that Geno is going to bounce back in a notable way. So this team, Lamar, Mark Andrews, CeeDee Lamb, Devonta Smith, and Chris Olave. 103.1. Oh, hop back here as we're back on the clock. Stefan Diggs falling a couple of spots, but not too much. I think I'd rather... Let's play the ADP game and see what we've got. We'll take Zay Flowers. I think that's fine. Keep building via wide receivers on that one. Oh, on the clock here. 103.1 Lamar, Mark Andrews, CeeDee Lamb, Devonta Smith, Chris Olave. We'll take a volume hog in Deontay Johnson. That could be useful in this team. And then we'll take Dak Prescott and be done at quarterback on that one. On the clock over here, we have James Conner, Trey McBride, Jamar Chase, Deebo Samuel, Sam Laporta, Terry McLaurin. We'll lock in Kyler Murray and give ourselves that Cardinals stack. Currently sitting 8 picks away, 14 picks away, 8 picks away, 22 picks away, 9 picks away, 17 away. If you have not already smashed that like button, I mean, come on. I'm hitting an awful lot of buttons. The least you can do is hit one button at a time. Doing more than one draft at a time triggers my undiagnosed ADHD. I mean, the guys in my home league, I know you're not watching. You've only just realized that fantasy football is about to start. And recently one of them said, I bet you've done more than 30 drafts, Tom, haven't you? And kind of might have had to mention that it was obviously triple figures. And they don't get it. There's a lot of people out there who don't get it, but I know that everybody watching this tonight does get it. Loads of content on the channel if you haven't been watching. Loads of redraft content starting to come in your way. We had Underdog Draft on Monday. We've got Tyler doing Sunday drafts as often as he can get them in between now and the end of the season. A week on Friday, we've got Pat Corain joining us for a Friday Best Ball Happy Hour on Underdog. where are we going here? We're going to have a couple of teams picking at the same time. CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Waddle, Devonta Smith, Rashad White, and Christian Kirk. I'll start Dak because I'd be quite happy to take him on this turn. Like I said, I want more Dak Prescott. And we'll even throw in Jake Ferguson. If they both make it to me, I'm quite happy to pull them both up and get that stack. This team, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Jalen Waddle, Deebo Samuel, and Joe Mixon. Nothing too much that I'm enamored by. Where we are, we've got time. Jonathan Brooks starting to fall a bit. Of course, we get a Dak Prescott dip in this one. Let's take Jackson Smith and Jigba and be at that 5 wide receiver mark before round 9. So 1 pick away on this team, one where we start Dak Prescott and Jake Ferguson. Hit that. And now we've got Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Jake Ferguson, Jalen Waddle, Devonta Smith, Rashad White, Christian Kirk. Some nice Week 17 correlation with Devonta Smith and bring back on that Cowboys Week 17 game. 3 picks away on this team. Kyler Murray, James Conner, Trey McBride, Jamar Chase, Deebo Samuel, Sam Laporta, Terry McLaurin. Quite like these quarterback, running back stacks. It's something that showed out well in the DraftKings data last year. And that wasn't exactly a year where the top running backs were really winning everything. So I'm quite happy to lean into it. It wasn't all just a case of Brock Purdy, CMC stacks either. So Christian Watson, 16 pick slide. We're currently sitting with a 1-1-3-2. I mean, this is the running back glory hole. This is kind of where I want to be dipping into. But I don't think we can do that when you've got Christian Watson, 16 picks past ADP. 1 pick away here, 3 picks away on the far tab. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, this team. This is the one where we just grabbed Jackson Smith and Jigba. And that one will be Brock Purdy if he makes it to us. I really would like to take Dak Prescott at a 24-pick slide, but you know, I'm just leaning into stacks tonight. Stacks kind of make it a bit easier to keep things going. Rory, we have a degenerate. Tyler, I'm not a degen. I've only drafted 655 teams this year. Speak for yourself, Rory. So this one is a 4 wide receiver team. We got time. Kenneth Walker or Joe Mixon? Let's go Kenneth Walker. Not really in on the Alvin Kamara experience this year. 2 teams which are 2 picks away. 2041. If we get to Jonathan Brooks, I'm happy to take him. I know some people would like to have seen him come off pup earlier. This team's back on the clock. Jaden Daniels will stack nicely with Terry McLaurin there, giving us a 2 quarterbacks, so we can kind of be done with that. There will be a few teams where I end up trying to get done at quarterback a little bit earlier tonight. I think that's completely fine. 2041. Got Jonathan Brooks here. This feels like an area where I would like to hit another running back as well. We'll go Brooks, and then we'll go Brian Robinson or Devin Singletary. We've got a team coming up. 27% Brian Robinson. Let's just ease back and take Devin Singletary. 140 here. CJ Stroud falling 7 picks. I'm not too interested in that. Chris Godwin, though, 64 in ADP, right around it. Todd Bowles saying last week that Chris Godwin in the slot is the key to their offense, and I'm very much in on that. Look at this. This isn't even too stressful. Somebody tell Lewis it's okay. He can watch. So next team up will be the Millie Maker team, which is a Joe Burrow, Brock Purdy team. We've got lots of little correlations and sort of double ups on teams. Nick Chubb sitting at 113 in ADP. I did take him in that 3DK tournament that I posted the link to. I took him at around 145. That's the Nick Chubb line for me. I don't see the reason to take him before that. There's still plenty of ways that he can end up being a bad pick this year. Trey Benson, won't be taking him. Seems like there's plenty of coach speak that isn't really helping his cause. don't think I want either of the Browns, but let's pull Blake Corum up to there. So what have we got? We got 4 picks away on 2 teams. This one's Kyler Murray, James Conner, Trey McBride, Jane Daniels, Terry McLaurin, Jamar Chase, Deebo Samuel. So we could do a running back, but we could probably do with another wide receiver as well. With 3 picks away, Brandon Cooks, Khalil Shakir, Rashid Shaheed, Dontavian Wicks, plenty there. That one's slowed down, so let's hop over to here. The dark stack, Jalen Waddle, Devonta Smith, Rashad White, Christian Kirk. Not much positive for Zach Moss in recent days. JSN, just somebody that I feel completely comfortable clicking. If I can balance out my JSN and Jordan Addison exposure, I'll be fine with that. We are on the clock there, but let's see. We'll go Rashid Shaheed. I don't mind taking Shaheed as my 5th wide receiver. Ooh, we're stacking them up now, aren't we? And then over here, let's take Jonathan Brooks as our 2nd running back. 2-2-5-1, Brock Purdy. This is the Joe Burrow team. So kind of plenty of ways we can go here. Got enough time. Let's go Khalil Shakir. I probably don't have enough Khalil Shakir. I don't think he's going to be the Bills wide receiver 1. That's quite clearly Curtis Samuel to me. The league saying if Zach Moss falls to me in the 9th, it's going to be an auto click. I understand that. I don't know. I'm not quite there at the minute. If Brian Robinson falls here, we'll take him on that team. 1 pick away. Currently 13, 6, 20, 9, and 5 picks away. So a little break after this one. Crack the neck, stay loosey-goosey. What's going on in this one? Anything crazy? Chat if you see anything crazy in any of these rooms that I should be noticing, or any teams which are on auto draft. I will take Chase Brown. Kind of feel okay about him as the cheaper player in that ambiguous backfield. And then let's take Jerry Jeudy as well. I probably should have taken Josh Downs or AD Mitchell there. I saw that correlation a little too late. 0150. James Conner, 10 picks past ADP. Don't really need to think about that one. Rory, I'll jump in another draft when you draft in 6 teams at once and decide that you want to draft another one while streaming it to literally millions of people. Millions. 2152 here. Got a couple of moments to make this pick before we're on other ones. Josh Downs, he was a player who I was kind of higher on early, but I can't take him this early. We'll take Zach Charbonnet. I've eased back off Zach Charbonnet a little bit lately, but I'm kind of fine and don't want to be smoothing my exposure too much on him. Where are we at on this team? 250. We've got 2 running backs, 5 wide receivers. Nothing really standing out on this one. Zamir White, 10 picks past ADP. We've got a moment. Let's take Ramondre Stevenson. No. We can't draft 6 teams at once and not take Jaylen Warren on any of them. Like, I'd be in danger of dropping down like 25% exposure. What's next? Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Brock Purdy, Deebo Samuel, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Jalen Waddle, Joe Mixon, JSN, Blake Corum, Khalil Shakir. This feels like a familiar team. Taysom Hill. I was being really aggressive on Taysom Hill early in the offseason and then seemed to have just gotten away from him a little bit. Sounds like he's possibly the only player who Dennis Allen actually likes. And he might be the only player the Saints have who's actually healthy at a certain point. We're either going with him or we're going with Jerry Jeudy or Mike Williams. I think, that week 15 and week 16 and 17 correlation is probably worth chasing. Let's go with Taysom Hill. I think we're set at quarterback enough that we don't need to be starting to set up backdoor stacks on this. 6 picks, 7 picks, 8 picks, 9 picks, 9 picks, 14 picks away. It's gonna get busy. The Taysom bigger and bigger by the day. Tyler, 30-second clock. Get good and do 15-second clock multi drafts like a gam. Look, When underdog will give me a chance, I will do the 15-second drafts. That's a them problem, not a me problem. Where are we at here? 3 picks away. This team, 2262. With Joe Burrow and Brock Purdy, I think that unless something falls to me later, I am absolutely going to be content with this one being a 2 QB team. We got Rico Dowdle, AD Mitchell, Adam Thielen, Aaron Rodgers, who's been plummeting lately, Jalen Polk. Probably need to do some more running backs on this one. So let's see what we can get going there. 2 picks, 1 pick away. Ty Chandler, been drafting him aggressively all off season. Go back to that. 1 pick away on the clock. 1-2-5-1. Dak Stack. Plenty going on this one. Let's take Josh Downs for one of them, and we will take Gus Bus for another. On the clock. It's getting difficult. AD Mitchell for some week 17 correlation. We'll bounce back to that one. 2-2-5-2. Tyler Algier, the best. Oh, that was a reach, wasn't it? And then 20 seconds on here. 2-3-6-1. We're not the Bateman line yet. Let's go Ty Chandler again. Yeah, what was that one? Yeah, pulled Tyler Algier up too far there. That's where he was in my rankings, but I wasn't across that one enough to clock it. Algier, still one of the top opponents. I mean, he's going to be one of my top opponents. Absolutely. As Rich says, 17 watching, only 15 likes. Hit that like button, people. 3 picks away on the $9 one, which I know a bunch of you are in. Looks like it's been a fairly normalish draft so far. I have no quarterbacks in that one, so need to be thinking about that one a bit. What have we got? Let's throw Matthew Stafford, Kirk Cousins, Baker Mayfield, and Geno Smith in the queue so that we're at least aware of them when it comes round to us. Jonathan Brooks for some week 17 correlation works. What have we got next? We are 1 pick away, and then we'll be back up here. Probably looking at Brian Robinson there for some week 17 correlation. On the clock on 2-3-5-2. Kyler, Jaden Daniels. I don't want to draft Cole Kmet. I think most of you know that I don't want to draft Cole Kmet, and I'm not going to draft him here because I've already got 2 tight ends. Save myself at the last second. We'll take Darnell Mooney instead for some correlation. On the clock here, 2-3-6-2, Joe Burrow, Brock Purdy. We'll go. It's not as fun as it could be. Still got a little time. Kendry Miller, who's plummeting, needs to go down in my ranks. Let's go Michael Wilson. No, let's go Jermaine Burton. That's more fun. Where are we at next? We've got 1 pick away on this one, which is the Brian Robinson draft. Excellent. So we've got 4 quarterbacks there. I know a lot of you are in this room with me, but like we're set at quarterback. We're set at running back, so that's fine. So now I can just concentrate on other positions on that team. 3 picks away here. It's going to go wrong. It's absolutely going to go wrong. But in a draft like this situation, I've kind of got to do something. Otherwise, I'm going to end up with 0 quarterbacks. And knowing some of the people in that $9 draft, there's a good chance that they'll just not bother to tell me. So this is the team that's going to win $1.5 million. Yep. Jermaine Burton stacked with Joe Burrow feels like the right pick on that last one. So we are only at 3 running backs there. This is the double elite tight end team with, or is it? No. That's Taysom Hill and Mark Andrews. Maybe it is the double elite tight end team. We could do with some running backs. I'd rather have Ray Davis than Jalen Wright. It is giving me, it's not too bad. Bye week situation could be a lot worse. Where we're going, 1 pick here. 2-4-6-1, Lamar, Dak. We need another running back soon, but wide receiver, what have we got? Somebody take Bateman, bastards. Let's take Wandale Robinson's week 15 and 17 correlation on the clock here as well. 11 seconds, 1361. It's Ty Chandler night, and then we'll jump back here. And we've got Lamar Dak. So let's keep an eye on how far Roman Wilson falls tonight. That'll be interesting. Running back, we've got Antonio Gibson. We're going to take Ray Davis again, and then back here, 12 seconds. Need to set something up for later for the next quarterback, and we'll throw Aaron Rodgers in the bucket over there. 1 pick, 10 picks, 22 picks, 22 picks, 9 picks, and 10 picks away. This team, Kyler Murray, Jaden Daniels, would probably want another running backs. We've only got 3 through 14 rounds. Kamani Vidal, I ain't buying it. I've been pessimistic all offseason, and let's go with Jalen Wright, the guy on a team whose offense should be a bit more creative at bare minimum. 8, 9, 21, 20, 9 picks, 8 picks away. How's everyone doing? It's coffee o'clock. I'm yawning. Are you not entertained? Anyway, real men drink tea. Jump on over the old Twitter sphere and see if we can drag any more people in. We're okay. We've got time to talk. Shout out to everyone who's a subscriber. And everyone who's subscribed lately. Everybody's hit the like button lately. This month was our biggest month ever for likes, most hours watched, most subscribers gained. Truly appreciate the support that you guys give us, whether it's here on the DraftKings Best Ball Show, the Underdog Best Ball Show, whether it's Rich's Dynasty content, the redraft content. It is very much appreciated. And I've lost my draft hacker on the right-hand side. 2472. Don't think we need to go anywhere, but let's go Troy Franklin for a bit of week 17 correlation with the Bengals. See if I can get that booted back up. 2 picks away over here, 2462. And then over here, we are sitting at 0550. Matthew Stafford makes it to us at ADP. Big fan of that. Shout out the $9 room. 2462 here. This one is double elite tight end, so we're definitely not going another tight end there. What have we got going? We could take Derek Carr. Is this the Chris Olave team? No, it's Rashid Shaheed. But yeah, Kyler Murray, Jaden Daniels. No, we'll push it further, but we'll take Ray Davis again. Oh god, this is the Ray Davis stream. One pick away over in the corner. This team where I'd starred quarterbacks. So what's going on at QB? 145, 144. Don't feel the need to necessarily take one of them. Instead, let's take Mike Williams and see if we can push it so that if Aaron Rodgers comes back, it gives us a third out at quarterback. Over there, 2482. Oh, we've got a timeout. Juwan Johnson, which is fine, except for the fact that we've already got Taysom Hill as well as Mark Andrews. So, look, guys, my bad. I apologize. That was pretty poor. We are on the clock here. 2571. Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott. Let's go wide receiver. Devontae Walker. That might be a little early. Running back. Braylon Allen. I like that pick. And we are still there. 2671. Tight end. We're taking Noah Fant dip of 14 spots. And now 12, 7, 6, 22, 9, and 15 picks away. As the league says, Taysom Hill pass to Juwan Johnson is the Week 17 script. Love to hear it. That's what we all need. 5 picks away on 2 of these. So this one is Kyler Murray, James Conner, Trey McBride, Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, Tyler Algier, Donald Mooney. Building out some nice correlation on this one. This one slaps. This is the double elite tight end one. And so this one's picked up pace a little bit. So we should be here. I'll take Derek Carr if he makes it to me here. 16 spots past ADP. Like we talked about it in the DK Secrets video. We see 3683 be such a strong roster construction on DraftKings in back-to-back years, and I don't think anything's going to change after we've seen 2 straight years where 60 quarterbacks started in both years. Like, I don't think people are going to start building more fragile, and there's definitely something to be said for building fragile at times. But right now, this is not the time to be building fragile. I will just be scooping, working out what I've got to do. I need to get another quarterback on this one. We've got Bryce Young, JJ McCarthy, who hasn't been doing a whole lot lately. Wide receiver, what can we set up? Set up to Mario Douglas and then see if Drake May comes back. And then Drake May. Okay, so 3, 3, 22, 10, 9, and 6 away. 1 away here. This is Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Jermaine Burton, Brock Purdy, Debo Samuel teams. We are at 2, 4, 8, 3. Need to hit a couple of running backs here. Colm's favorite running back, Will Shipley, still sitting there. We could go AJ Dillon for the 3 correlation. I haven't touched him at all, and I'm not gonna. Not a chance. No chance at all. That is a man who will be looking for a job in September. And next up, 2 picks away. 3, 5, 6, 2. So this is the one that we just took the falling Derek Carr on. Benson, I mean, has anyone's ADP fluctuated and then fallen as much as his? Just pretty laughable, really. I'm kind of surprised to see I'm at 7%. I need to look up what my closing line value would be on that because I'm sure I've only been getting him very late. We are starting to roll up on a few of them, so let's get this one going. Zay Jones, Javon Baker, Darius Slayton, Greg Dortch, the Human Torch, PPR Scam. Welcome to the roster. 1560. So we played the QB game, and they all came back around. So let's take Baker Mayfield stacked with Chris Godwin. Yep. So we'll do that one, see what happens on that turn. Devontae Walker started on this team, so that is the Lamar Jackson one. We will take Walker with one of those picks. And then what do we need? This team could do with possibly another wide receiver. So we're going to take, lots going on here. So Devontae Walker, Jalen Hyatt, and jump over to here where we're on the clock in the Millie team, 2583. Let's throw another running back at this one. It feels like after not getting any till round 6 that we could do with one. We've got some Ravens, so not really looking for players against them. Timeouts. Did that honestly, like, that didn't look like, I thought I had more seconds to spare there. 2 timeouts. It ain't no good. So yeah, let's take Geno, and we are done at QB there. So we just need to build out the wide receivers and the tight ends on that one. 2 timeouts. It's truly a bad day. Like, this isn't what you guys came here to see. I do blame Rory for telling me to do 6 drafts instead of 5. There is no way that this would have happened if I'd stuck to 5 drafts. Where are we going next? So we've got 10, 5, 10, 16, 9, and 8. So it should be this one. Round 18 here. Man, time flies when you're having fun. We've got some nice bits of correlation there. You can see with the Spike Week overlay, all the ones lighting up green are playoff correlations. If you want this, Hit the join button down below. You get 40% off all Spike Week products, as well as my best ball rankings, Richest Dynasty rankings, the rookie guide, access to our premium Discord, in-season DFS content that you will not get anywhere else, and much, much more, as well as a dedicated Bluey channel. I don't know anywhere else in the fantasy football space where you're getting a dedicated Bluey channel. 3572. We are stopping at 2 tight ends, so these picks probably got to be wide receivers. Josh Reynolds correlates with Bengals, and I've been drafting Josh Reynolds all off season. Sean Payton keeps talking about how much he likes big-bodied wide receivers, and hey, it's 6-3. It's all good. The cracks are showing. Plumber season. Boo-hoo. Nice bits of correlation. My nickname at drafting school. 2 picks away in the millie. We'll be coming up on round 20 here. Put this one to bed. I will come back and look through all of them once we are done everywhere, or at least as things calm down. So this one was the team where we took Taysom and Juwan Johnson. Yeah, so I'm not taking a third. I don't think I need to. I mean, it's fine. We'll take Josh Reynolds again for that Bengals correlation in week 17, and that one is done. We are now 3, 4, 2, 9, 8 picks away. This team is the Kyler Murray stack with Jaden Daniels stack and Derek Carr stacks, sitting at 3, 5, 8, 2. Probably need another running back there. 1 pick away here to round out this one. This is one of the $3 ones. Look, I'm going to keep taking Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and nobody can stop me. 3582 here. This is the one which we just talked about. Probably needing a running back. So I'm fine. Just let's see what we've got. We ain't taking CH anymore. Let's throw in Deneric Prince. Got to move some of these out of the way as they start being done, so I'll stop looking at them. Round 16 here, Dak Stack. This is the one where we needed a bit of luck for Drake May to come back to us. Pick 180. Ooh, look at that. I've got him at 184 in my rankings, you can see. 196 is his ADP. Comes back to us nicely. And then I'm not taking JJ McCarthy just yet. This team is a too far on one. That might have been slightly suboptimal in some of what we've got going on there. Let's take Roshan Johnson, who has a good chance to play meaningful snaps at times. On the clock over here. 3560. That's not a way I would normally build. We'll take Tyler Conklin for our first tight end there. Did I hear correctly? You're taking running behind the twos MVS. Well, he's a lock to make the team, according to various people, and I'm good with that. I ain't drafting Chase Claypool, and for a 20th round pick, I'm completely fine with it. We'll take Noah Fant for the Seahawks stack in this one. Look, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, you're talking about a 2-time Super Bowl winner. You think that teams are just going to let that out of the building? He could very well just be the best wide receiver Josh Allen's ever played with. 7, 18, 9, and 19. Yeah, I mean, probably. I just, if I've got a chance for those kind of correlations, I'm fine with it. And I think, what if low-owned Marquez Valdez-Scantling's what you need? Nobody wants to draft Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and for good reason, but I'm fine. So, in that situation where you've got Alan Lazard or MVS at the top, Alan Lazard is probably good for early season production, possibly before he runs out of gas like he did last year, but I want to draft him. We have 3, 15, 9, and 16 picks away. Double elite tight end build here. Let's add one more wide receiver. We'll go Malik Washington. Yoshevich. Starting to pick up a bit of hype to the point where I've actually had to make sure I can pronounce his name even close to being right. 2, 13, 9, and 15 picks away. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I just think there's some very sketchy profiles for rookies at this point in the draft. And if MVS makes a team, he's going to have a certain role. And I think, we're all expecting Josh Allen to be good. So don't get me wrong. I'm not taking huge amounts of MVS, but I'm happy to just mix him in. So that is 3 of the 6 drafts done. This one, we're 11 picks away, then 9 picks away. So let's jump over here to the 9 picks away. When did we go on auto draft here? This is a disaster, guys. Like 3, 4, 7, 2. Anthony Richardson, Joe Burrow, Caleb Williams. Guys, like this one's been a problem. K-Dot and Jonnu Smith. It's all gone wrong. This team has been neglected. Can anyone remember when we last even checked in on this team? 7-2. Like, I don't remember an Anthony Richardson team. Well, these things happen, all in the name of good fun. 3, 4, 7, 2. We can dig this one out. It's so what have we got running back? Ramondre, Brian Robinson, Gus Edwards, Kendre. Oh, Kendre. We'll take Will Shipley there. And then Andre Yoshevich. K-Dot and Jonnu Smith. We will need another tight end there. So let's throw Gesicki in the queue. Where we at? We've got Rory. You're not being helpful. 2 picks away on round 18 on this one. The auto draft team. I mean, I don't hate it. Caleb Williams, Keenan Allen. That's fine. There's plenty I like about this. Was the advantage of going off your rankings. Now we're on the clock. 3, 5, 6, 2. We need some wide receivers here. Marvin Mims at 195. Let's go Jalen Tolbert. I've been fairly in on Tolbert all the way. We'll take Yoshevich, even though that's a reach in round 18. I'll just lock in some form of stack for that one. 3, 5, 2, 5, 9, 1. We need a tight end. This Dak Prescott, Drake May. We've got Jake Ferguson, so let's add Juwan Johnson into that one. And then add another running back, and we'll figure out the last tight end flyer in a bit. 3, 5, 7, 2. What are our tight ends here? Tyler Conklin, Noah Fant. Could definitely do with another tight end. Don't love these options. Let's go. Let's go Braylon Allen. Take a shot on a rookie instead. It's a lot easier when you're drafting 4 at a time. Yeah. Well, we'll see. For anyone who didn't clock earlier on, DraftKings have launched a new $3 contest, 20 max. It is much smaller than the other ones, so expect it to start filling. Well worth getting your entries into the older $3 20 max now before that one fills. Would expect that we start getting a few more of these. I believe there was a 10 entry max $50 or something similar as well that launched. Plenty more coming according to my DraftKings guy. Where are we at now? 3, 5, 8, 2 on the auto draft team. I mean, Anthony Richardson in the 6th round, stacked with AD Mitchell. It's all right. It's all right. Maybe it wasn't on auto draft as long as I thought. $15 picks away in round 19 on that $3 one. 4 away on this $3 on the newer contest. and then 10 picks away on the $9 free max. My last entry, one of them was streamed at UKFFC. One of them tonight with you guys. Giving up a lot of EV in that tournament, that's for sure. 3-5-8-2. Need a tight end, need a running back. Tight end, we are into the misery zone. But Dawson Knox correlates, so let's throw him on this team. Can we push him around? Yes, we can push him around because we've got a team with 4 tight ends and a team with 3 tight ends. So if they take him, fine. That's not what I want to be doing. Jamal Williams probably should be getting drafted more than he is, given everything going on in New Orleans. Yeah, I love that. Like the smaller contests like this are absolutely ones which I try to put different builds into as often as I can. Just, fuck around and find out. 2 picks away here. This is a 3-6-7-2. We've got Matthew Stafford, we've got Baker Mayfield, we've got Geno Smith. So all nicely going there. Wide receivers where this team needs some attention. 2 picks away on the next one. Got Rondale Moore, who isn't doing particularly great in camp. Could have taken him. Eagles reportedly looking outside for a wide receiver 3. I'll take Jalen Hyatt. Not overly feeling great about anyone in this range at the minute. 3-6-8-2. So this is the team that we're hoping for Dawson Knox to come back on for our round 20 pick. Rodgers to go. Let it happen. Dawson Knox. Let's scoot you out of the way. 7 picks away in round 20 on that one. 1 pick away in round 20 in this one. We're getting there. Let's computer battery power drained below 10%. This could end prematurely. That's what she said, etc., etc. 3-6-8-2. We need another tight end. Let's take a punt on one of these fun tight ends. So I don't mind taking Davis Allen. I think there's a good chance that as a rookie, he could be interesting towards the back end. Jatavian Sanders would give us 3 weeks of correlation. Let's take Jatavian Sanders. It's either way. I wanted somebody young with a bit of upside towards the end. It is absolutely time for scroll the F down. Yeah, James saying the $10 5 max. The $10 5 max dropped a few days ago and is already 50% full. I'm planning on maxing that once I finish on this stream, and I will not be streaming those ones. I will be doing it in the comfort of having all 3 monitors in front of me and not having to worry about talking through my picks, despite me thoroughly enjoying drafting with you fine people tonight. So this one, 3-2-6-9-2. I don't feel the need to go up to 10 wide receivers. I haven't seen enough in the DraftKings data to suggest that that's something that we really need to be doing. This was a bit of a dead zone hero running back build with Rashad White, Jake Ferguson, Juwan Johnson. Probably should be throwing another tight end in there. Who we got? What you saying, chat? Anybody here? Dawson Knox, of course. Greg Dulcich. These guys ain't. Oh, baby. Ugh, another week 7 bye. We've got. Yeah, let's go, Gerald Everett. For anyone unaware, Gerald Everett's basically played on the same team as the Bears offensive coordinator on a bunch of occasions. I'm fine hedging on him because I just don't think Cole Kmet's particularly good. Let me just click through these, take a sip of water, and then let's see what kind of misery I've inflicted on myself in these draft rooms. If you're in these draft rooms and you want me to mention something, do let me know in the chat now. Tyler saying we're so close to busting through 2.69k subs. I'll miss all 69. We are very close to 2,700. And remember, After this video ends, any comment you leave on any of our videos gets you entered into our giveaway. You're going to have to give me 1 second here because I've got to plug in. There we go. That's all right. Right. Tom saying was pick 6 in the $9. Hectic enough for 1. Can't imagine 6. Once we get to 2.7, I might unsub for a minute. I mean, I don't blame you. Anxiety through the roof for Sam. Just drafting 3, probably 3 of my worst teams. Right. So let's start with the $9. I know a bunch of you guys were in that one. So that is this one here. I was picking at the 11th spot, ended up with the 3683 build. We've got ADS 827 at the 2 spot with a 3683. Dak stacked with CD Lamb. Terry McLaurin stacked with Jaden Daniels. Daniel Jones stacked with Malik Neighbors. M. Tipton, like, let's go. We got some real scroll the F down picks in that one. Like that. My team, Puka Nacua, Drake London, DK Metcalf, Zay Flowers, Kenneth Walker, Chris Godwin, then hit the running back glory hole hard. James Conner, Jalen Warren, Jonathan Brooks, Brian Robinson Jr., Matthew Stafford, Mike Williams, Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith. Really got lucky with quarterback values in this one. Really was able to push them around a lot. Tyler Conklin, Noah Fant, Jalen Tolbert, Braylon Allen, Jalen Hyatt, and Jatavian Sanders. Week 17 correlation, we got Carolina at Tampa Bay, 4 players in that one. Rams against the Cardinals, 3 players in that one. Atlanta at Washington, Brian Robinson and Drake London. Love it. That team feels fun. James, you said don't look at your team in this one. That's not how we work around here, so we will be. 2, 5, 10, 3. Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley, dual running back start. Like it. Definitely worth still mixing in occasionally. It just gets tricky. Brandon Ayuk, Jalen Hurts is where you went wrong here. Like, taking unstacked Jalen Hurts. Come on, James. Were you drafting 10 teams at once? Keenan Allen, Jaden Reed, Deontay Johnson, Jordan Love stacked with Jaden Reed. That's better. Romeo Dubs for the Green Bay stack. Austin Eckler, Pat Fryermuth, Rico Dowdle, Adam Thielen, Hunter Henry, Quentin Johnson, Demario Douglas, Jalen McMillan, Mike Gesicki, Alexander Madison, and Rondale Moore. Do not hate it. 3692 for Rory, Brees Hall, Chris Olave, Cooper Kupp, Amari Cooper, Kyle Pitts, DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley, Week 17 correlation. Zamir White, Brock Bowers, Tony Pollard, Kirk Cousins stacked with Kyle Pitts, Zach Charbonnet, Jahan Dotson, Will Levis with DeAndre Hopkins, Derek Carr, Chris Olave. Nice, fun team. Let's jump on to another one of these. What we've got going on in the chat. BRB Glory Hole makes splash. Pick 4 in the old 3. We will get there, Josh. Stacked with Barkley. All right, fair point. Sam McDonald saying I have 2 QBs week 14 buy in the $9. Yeah, that's painful. Right, so where are we at now? So the Millie Maker team. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Jermaine Burton, Brock Purdy, Deebo Samuel, Keaton Mitchell, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Ray Davis, Khalil Shakir, Taysom Hill, Juwan Johnson. That was an auto. It was one of, 3 autos I think we ended up with. Troy Franklin, Josh Reynolds, Jalen Waddle, Joe Mixon, JSN, Blake Corum, Ty Chandler, and Will Shipley. In terms of Week 17 correlation, the big game in Denver and Cincinnati, and then Bolton at Houston, which, okay, Keaton, I think, was another auto pick, so not the finest, but look, 2693, I don't hate it. I think the mistakes in this one came later with the quarterback room and then the Keaton Mitchell auto draft, which, I mean, I was looking for a 6th running back. I just probably wouldn't have taken him with Zay and Mark Andrews. Okay. By the way, 20% off all merch at the minute. Link is in the bio. head over. Lots of different stuff on there. Another one where this is what the new $3 picking out of the one spot. We went with CeeDee Lamb, Devonta Smith at week 17 correlation. Chris Olave, third round Chris Olave. Love that. Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews on the double. Deontay Johnson, Dak Prescott for CeeDee Lamb stacked. Jonathan Brooks, Devin Singletary, Chase Brown in the glory hole. Jerry Jeudy, A.D. Mitchell, Ty Chandler, Wan'Dale Robinson, Ray Davis, Braylon Allen, Noah Fant, Devontae Walker, Jalen Hyatt, and then Tyler's favorite player, MVS, with the last pick of the draft. In terms of week 17 correlation, nothing with the Ravens Texans, which is a bit of a shame, but it's not the easiest one to end up getting. We had Devin Singletary, A.D. Mitchell, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jalen Hyatt. Okay, right. Yeah, that's probably more Giants wide receivers than was strictly necessary. Dak, CD, Devonta, and then Ray Davis and Braylon Allen. I mean, it's possibly not the strongest choice to go with two running back week 17 correlations, but two rookie running backs is a different kind of play anyway. Team 4. Hey, Devin, appreciate you joining us tonight. Smash that like button. 3692. So this was the old $3. Who did we have in here saying, Josh, is that you picking out? Yep, next to me at the 104 was CeeDee Lamb. Could not believe you got CeeDee Lamb at the 104. So Josh got a 3593 with Lamb, Devonta Smith, Mike Evans, Mark Andrews, James Cook, Ramondre Stevenson, Dak Prescott with Lamb, Jalen Warren, Jonathan Brooks, Brian Robinson. I mean, that 5 running backs in that area of the draft. Love it. Completely done. This is the kind of the running back hyper fragile 0 RB builds almost that Pat Crane's talking about doing a lot. Then went back to wide receiver, Khalil Shakir, Josh Downs, Jahan Dotson, Xavier Legette, Quentin Johnston, Drake May with Javon Baker, Bo Nix with Greg Dulcich. I like it. It's a fun team. My team in this one was Jamar Chase, Debo Samuel, Sam Laporta, Trey McBride. So this was the double elite tight end build. Terry McLaurin, James Conner, Kyler Murray. So we got Kyler Murray with Trey McBride. Christian Watson, who had fallen quite nicely to us. Jaden Daniels stacked with Terry McLaurin, Rashid Shaheed, Zach Charbonnet, Tyler Algier, Darnell Mooney, Jalen Wright, Ray Davis, Derek Carr, who again fell nicely for Rashid Shaheed. I don't mind the 3 QB build here. Greg Dortch for a little more Arizona correlation. And then Josh Reynolds, Deneric Prince, and Andre Yoshevich. Playoffs in week 17. We've got the Commanders Falcons game, Broncos Bengals game, and Lions San Francisco game. 2 more to get through. So this one was the new $3 contest with Garrett Wilson, Drake London, Malik Neighbors, Stephon Diggs, Keenan Allen, Anthony Richardson, Ramondre, Joe Burrow. So that's where things went wrong on this one. Joe Burrow as an auto pick. Embarrassed on that one. Just obviously did not have my eye in on this team. Caleb Williams stacked with Keenan Allen, which is completely fine. Brian Robinson, Gus Edwards, A.D. Mitchell to go with Anthony Richardson, which works. Kendre Miller in round 13 is just a crime against the draft board. And look, I'm sorry. Mistakes were made. K. Dotton, Jonnu Smith, Will Shipley, Andre Yoshevich, Jamal Williams, and Dawson Knox. So, yeah, 3683. This one's probably not winning any prizes, but structurally it feels fine. JM. One thing I've been really emphasizing with 0 RB builds on DK is to try and take 6 running backs with 6 different buys. It allowed me to create some really interesting running back rooms. I like that. Yeah, anytime you can kind of hit on that kind of combination is nice. CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Waddle, Devontae, Rashad White, Christian Kirk, Dak Prescott, Jake Ferguson for that Dak Cowboys stack. JSN, Jonathan Brooks, Josh Downs, Gus Edwards, Ty Chandler, Mike Williams, Rashad Bateman, Demario Douglas, Drake May, Rashawn Johnson, Juwan Johnson, Will Shipley, and Bears tight end 1, Gerald Everett. Week 17 correlation. Now, this one has plenty. We've got 5 players in the Cowboys-Eagles game, 3 players in the Chargers-New England game, 2 players in Carolina-Tampa Bay, 2 players in Seahawks and Chicago. And that, everyone, is 6 teams drafted at once. My God, appreciate everybody who's been in the chat tonight. This was a lot of fun. I am exhausted, and I'm about to go max the $10 5 max contest. Kick back. I don't know. See if I can find some whiskey or something, because, geesh, that was crazy. If you haven't already, do hit the like button. Do hit the subscribe button. We've got more redraft content coming your way very soon. Some very big guests lined up for next week. Myself and Tyler will be back on Monday. The Underdog Draft with Kevin Tompkins. Tyler will be back here on Sunday for Best Ball Brunch, most likely. And we'll just keep rolling. Not long until the season starts. Get those drafts in. If you need anything, you know where we are. We will be back very soon.